I'm going to move on next to Space Race, which is another multiple choice quiz game. The objectives that we matched with Space Race were ones which require a lot of repetition. So a lot of our auxiliary verb objectives are Space Race games. This one is especially important for students learning English as a second language, as a lot of other languages don't have auxiliary verbs, don't have any subject-verb agreement. And so this is one of those things which is really tricky to practice, especially Mandarin first language speakers, which is the context in which the games were developed in the beginning. So in Space Race, there's a medal target of 75. And this is a was and were page. So students need to be focusing on the subject of the sentence. And it's multiple choice with a 100-second time limit. So it requires children to concentrate for a bit longer. And it also rewards consecutive correct answers. So it's like a streak game. And the idea being that the player grows the llama's neck. I'll just make it a little bit bigger here. Growing the llama's neck into space. And by getting questions right, the neck continues to grow, and getting question wrong causes the head to pop and the neck to go back down to the ground. The idea being here that the students are creating a chain of correct answers. Okay, so they can get very high scores on this by answering quickly. In essence, the students can quickly twig on that they only need to look at the subject of the sentence. They can ignore the rest of the sentence unless there's some complex sentence structure. So you can see each question that I'm getting right is scoring more than the previous one. So that was worth 9 points, and this was worth 10 points. This is worth 11 points, and so on. And I need to get to 75 to get the medal here. So that's enough to get me the medal. The students don't lose points on this game type. They simply lose the streak if they get one wrong, which means that the next question will be worth 1 point instead of increasing in value. So that's how the game Space Race works. So I achieved my medal. I think I already have the medal, but it does pop up still. And you'll see some very high scores on this game. Children really like to play this one, up into the very high hundreds, even over 1,000. And children from lots of different places around the world enjoy playing this one. For first language English speakers, this game may feel quite simple, but there's no harm in a bit of extra practice. It's also one of those things which is in informal English, especially in speech. It's one of those things that can often be different in different dialects, which is fine, of course, but worth practicing for more formal writing genres. So that is Space Race.